Hi everyone, welcome to Daily Functional Medicine Tips. It's Tarot Tuesday, and Tarot Tuesday is not exactly like tarot cards or anything. I'm not a professional tarot card reader. I've never trained in reading tarot cards, but the point of me creating Tarot Tuesday is I am just trying to give everyone kind of like a little sneak peek into the more hippie side of who I am. And I have a lot of like hippie practices that I do that maybe people don't really understand or they don't really know why I do them. So I'm trying to give you guys a little glimpse into that. So that's less of my like professional stuff, less of my functional medicine, more of just like my spiritual practice and more into my yoga practice and my meditation practice. So I'm going to share that with you. So today the thing that I wanted to do is introduce you to tarot cards. So the tarot cards that I use, they're not traditional tarot cards. They're not tarot cards that are necessarily used by professional readers. If you were to go somewhere and have your tarot cards read, that's not really, I don't have those. That's not really what I'm into. The deck that I use most often is something called the Animal Spirit, and this is the guidebook that goes with it. I really love it. So these are made by Kim Krans, and she has another deck that I'm really into. It's called Archetypes, and we can get into that one another day. But the reason why I wanted to start with the animal one today is because I think that one's a little easier to understand. So I'm sure many of you have heard of having a spirit animal. So you can take quizzes online to figure out, what your spirit animal is. I know we all say it in passing, like, oh, that's my spirit animal, or whatever's my spirit animal. But a lot of times your spirit animal, and the way you figure it out, is it's an animal that just keeps like showing up in your life. And that's kind of what happened for me. So my spirit animal, in case you guys didn't know by looking at all of my branding and my pictures, my spirit animal is the zebra. I'm completely obsessed with zebras. I have had zebras showing up in my life since I was a teenager. I absolutely love what it means to have a zebra as my spirit animal. It's all about being unique and eccentric and looking at things differently. And that's definitely me. I mean, I'm always someone who is trying to look at things from a different point of view. I don't do great just like going with the flow and, just going with, what everyone is saying the right thing to do. I'm always like looking for other options and other ways. And so I really connect with the zebra in that. And also the zebra is all about herd and community. And to me, that's really important. Family is huge to me. I love being at home with my husband and my son. And so that's really like my safe place. They're my herd. So besides zebras, you can also get in touch with spirit animals. And what it is it's, for me, the way that I think about it is, for all of us, we're all like so busy, and we really go through our days almost like asleep, right? Like we have the same routine almost every day. I mean, even on the weekends, we do similar type things, right? You get up, you gotta do stuff with your kids. I mean, we've talked about this before with like creating routines and self-care, but this is going a little bit deeper. This is a little bit more into like the spiritual side of things and how we don't really take the time to like check in with ourselves and see how we're feeling. And even more than that, the voice that we hear in our head all day long is usually our inner critic. So when we get to the end of the day, the things that we're saying about ourselves and to ourselves is, I didn't get this done today, or I didn't accomplish this, or I'm so slow, or I'm so tired. It's all of these really critical things that voice in our head comes up with. So the alternative to that is tapping into your actual inner best friend and how that relates to who you actually are. So your inner critic, that's the person that's constantly criticizing everything that you're doing. Your inner best friend, that's the person that actually sees you for who you actually are, because those are positive things, okay? The inner critic, that's the ego, always wants more, more, more. So your inner best friend, that's the person that loves you exactly as you are. So you don't have to do anything to impress your inner best friend, guaranteed. Call up your best friend, your real best friend, not necessarily your inner best friend, and ask them some things. They're not gonna say, you know, oh, let me tell you about you. Oh, you're slow, you're lazy, you're tired, you're fat, you're blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is that your inner critic is saying, your real life best friend would never say those things about you. So whenever you start like getting in touch with who you really are and your spiritual side, you will find that you have this other voice, this inner best friend, and that is really who you are. So for me, the things that I like to focus on when I can feel my inner critic taking over and telling me I didn't accomplish enough that day, or, you know, I'm not smart enough or not good enough or whatever, is I look at the things that are actually true, and I will sit down and try to listen to what my inner best friend is saying. And usually it's things like, I am enough, and I can help people, and I'm strong and capable, things like that, things that I really am. So for me, if I'm struggling to tap into that inner best friend side, I will come to practices like these animal spirit cards. And so that's why I wanted to share that with you today. The whole point of having this kind of practice is for all of us to find a way to step out of this like sleep that we're in on a day-to-day basis and really check in with ourselves. And we can't just, you know, it's good to check in on a physical way, but it's also really important to check in spiritually. So that's what we're gonna do today. So with the Animal Spirit Guidebook, I'm gonna share with you the practice that I did for myself today. So the way it works is you have a deck of cards, and inside the cards, there are all the different animals, okay? And what I usually do is I like to do it after I've done a meditation or after a yoga practice. I'll sit down with my deck and I'll ask a question. Today, my question was, what do I need to see? What have I forgotten? And you start to, and so I shuffled the deck and I was really thinking, what do I need to see? What have I forgotten? And this is the card that I drew. The earthworm. So with the cards, this book, it gives you a little description of what they are, and I'm gonna read it to you now. So the earthworm is shy, hesitant, reluctant to share inner vision. We have all felt the woes of the earthworm at some point along the way. The earthworm indicates a newbie or novice working to establish confidence in a new field. Others around you may seem wise and experienced, but it's important to remember that once felt earthworm energy too. This card is a reminder not to be intimidated or lose hope. Mastery takes time and you're on the right track. Besides, rumor has it a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. When in balance, earnest, intelligent, valuable. When out of balance, self-conscious, apprehensive. To bring into balance, speak up, risk embarrassment. Whoa. So when I drew the earthworm card, I was like, what is this? I've never seen the earthworm. It was a card that I've never found, but when I read that, wow. It really got to me because I have been very, very nervous to share these sides of my practices with the social media community. I've been very kind of apprehensive and worried about it because this is me. This is more of me like bearing my soul to everyone. You know, this is not the science of functional medicine and me telling you how to lose weight or fix your diabetes or get better sleep or anything like that. Like, this is the spiritual side of my practice, but it's so important, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. So I channeled my earthworm and I'm risking the embarrassment of sharing this practice with you because I want all of you to slow down your day, tap into the spiritual side of yourself, listen to your inner best friend, kick out your inner critic. And if you're struggling to tap into your inner best friend, call your real best friend and ask them some things. Hey, can you tell me a little bit about myself? What would you say about me? And I promise you, it's not going to be any of the negative stuff that your inner critic has to say. So I have been excited, even though nervous, to share this practice with you. So Tarot Tuesday, we're really just going to talk about more of the spiritual side of health and wellness. And even though I'm calling it Tarot Tuesday, sometimes we'll do the animal cards, maybe we'll grab the archetype cards, maybe we'll just talk about other things, all, spirituality, meditation, community, that kind of thing. So hopefully that you enjoyed this and it made a little bit of sense and wasn't too, woo-woo for you. If you have questions, I would love to hear them. If there's something that you're interested in from the spiritual aspect of health and wellness that you're like curious about, if it's like, maybe a little hippie practice that you heard about with crystals or the beaded bracelets that I wear, things like that, I really want you to let me know. So comment, send me a direct message. I really want to connect with you guys. I mean, one of the fastest ways to get in touch with your spiritual self is to connect with other people. So that's what I want to do. Connect with me, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you next time on Daily Functional Medicine Tips. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube video. Please click the subscribe button. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Make sure you click the thumbs up if you liked this video, and also comment below if you have any questions or you have any requests for other videos. I can't wait to talk with you.